Right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of DMI Show. You're welcome again, as usual. Um, if you are joining us, let me know where you are joining us from. Let me know where you are joining us from, your name, and where you are joining us from, your location, where you base, where you stay. So, hi, everyone, and welcome to the DMI Show. So this is DMI show. It's a weekly show for marketers, professionals, as well as small business owners. Who want to know what is working and what is not working regarding digital marketing. And today, on this episode with me is Victoria Alabi. So welcome to the show, Victoria.
Yeah, thank you, Habeeb. It's so nice
All
to
right.
be here.
Perfect. So today we're going to be looking at a very critical topic. Very, very critical topic. When Google started releasing different updates, we had helpful content updates. Um, we have core updates, and recently we have a very, you know, word update, which is actually the spam detection updates. So with all this, that's why we felt like we need to come up with this to help businesses like you, to help professionals like you, to help marketers like you, to be able to understand the direction at which Google is going moving forward to 2024. We are at the last quarter of the year already, you know, and most of the people are not yet recovered from the, all the update that Google has released. So it is very critical that we actually look at the KPIs, what are the key performing indicators, what are the metrics, and what are the benchmark that actually matters, for your SEO success come 2024. We believe that SEO is a continual activities, right? And that is why we are bringing this to you today. So we are welcome to the show. And don't forget, let me know where you're joining us from, your name, and the location we are actually based. So today, live with me is a powerhouse and an amazing woman herself. You know, who I actually connected with on LinkedIn, because I actually found our post very, very interesting and very insightful, for anybody that is actually doing anything, any work around SEO. So you got to follow Victoria on LinkedIn, you got to tap from our words of experience. So welcome on the show, Victoria. So Victoria, could you introduce yourself to our audience?
Oh yeah, hi everyone. Yeah, my name is Victoria Alabi. Yeah, I'm the SEO specialist of Battabox.com. It's an infotainment website that started a couple of months back. Yeah, so I'm the SEO specialist lead for Battabox.com. We are a team of 3 people. Yeah, at Battabox.com.
Amazing. So, you should know that Victoria is not a newcomer in this field, right? She actually lead a team of SEO specialists in our company. You should know what that means in Nigeria and everywhere in the world, right? So, Victoria, so let's start with this. Could you shed more light to your story, how you come into the SEO field? You know, yeah, just short
Okay,
story of
yeah.
us.
I came into SEO in I think in 2019. I came into SEO in 2019. I started as a content writer actually. So there was this guy, his name is Koji Abuda. So I was serving. So he dropped it on the Facebook group. He was like, if you are interested in blogging, I didn't actually know what blogging meant. So I was like, okay, let me just join, because actually as at that time I was looking for what to do. You get, during service they tell you to acquire skills. That's why they implemented Said. Okay, so I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? So I started navigating my way on social media, looking for digital skills that I can actually acquire. So I stumbled upon that Facebook post. I signed up. So when I signed up, it started with web design. Then after web design, it didn't really touch SEO actually. So after at some point, after the old class, he created website for all of us and told us to go and start writing. Okay, what are we writing? Like, how do we get topics? Am I supposed to brainstorm? Okay, I started brainstorming for a couple of times. I wrote a couple of articles. Then I would type the title of my article on Google. It was not showing up. I'm not like it was not showing up. I talked to the guy and I'm like, Koji, see this, see this. It'll be like, you keep writing, you're going to show up. So I think there was a day that he told us about SEO. I can remember staying up late at night to just know what SEO is all about and all of that. So I started a blog then, mavixblog.com. I started writing. I started doing keyword research. I started with the blog. Then I think after a couple of times, I started getting traffic. I'm like, oh, so this SEO thing actually works. So this is how it works, all of that. Then after some point, the domain expired. I didn't bother to buy it because then I was 7. I know I don't really have much money then. So I think as of okay, an opportunity now came for a blog manager for a company in India. That's findmytricks.com through the same guy that taught me blogging. So the guy was like, oh, he came to the group. Who is interested? I just said I can. Because even if I cannot do something, I'll say I can. When I've entered the
That's
hole,
a
I will
great
not
energy. That's a great energy too.
find like um to like crawl out of the hole. So yeah, it was like, okay, who is interested? I said I can do it. Okay, so he linked me up with the Indian boss. So what my job majorly at that place was to update existing content. And the amazing thing about this was that the blog actually talked about SEO. So that's where it talked about technical SEO, it talks about WordPress, it talks about how to undo duplicate content. So that was where I actually learned SEO. Like
SEO.
that was where I learned it. So I started to help the guy. I wrote a lot of content, even though I don't understand what I was doing. I wrote a lot of content. Then I started getting gigs where I wrote a lot of content for a lot of websites. Then I think in 2020, the guy now told me that Victoria, you have tried for me. Go and start your own blog. You get, go
Amazing.
and start your website. This knowledge that you've gotten here, go and implement it in your website. I'm like, okay. So I started womeninspiredseries.com. I started blogging there. I started dropping content, doing keyword research. Yeah, so that's just how my journey went. Then in 2022, I got a job at Battabox, not as an SEO specialist lead. Anyway, it was an SEO specialist, I think entry level, not an entry level, but an SEO specialist, just SEO specialist. So with dedication, showing up, consistency, yeah, I shall find my way to the top. And that's how it
Amazing.
does. That's
Amazing, Victoria. You got an amazing story. Amazing story. From NYSC, because you are curious to learn, I could understand when Nigerian finish and when we are about to finish NYSC, you feel like we are going to the real world. And you don't actually know what is next. You don't know what to do. So we are curious to learn. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Congratulations, Victoria. So quickly, Victoria. So Victoria will be, so stay tuned, guys. Victoria will be diving right into the topic, and I'm going to leave a stage for her to actually shoot. So please grab your pen and paper. You're going to learn a lot today. You're going to learn a lot on this show, so that everything you could implement regard SEO come 2024, Gonna learn. I bet it's gonna be insightful. So Victoria, could you shoot? Do you want
Okay.
to present? Should I help you present?
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay. Right. Presentation is live.
Okay. Yeah. So, like the topic states, we are talking about KPIs, metrics, and benchmarks that matter for SEO success in 2024. But I would love to start with SEO trends that we are going to be seeing in 2024. And the first thing on my list is quality of traffic. Now, we've seen a lot of complaints from SEO agencies delivering SEO projects to clients where the clients will be like, okay, I invested in SEO. Okay, the traffic that you guys said you drove to my website, I didn't get leads. I didn't get. So what's the essence of this traffic? Like, what's the monetary value of the traffic that you said that you guys are trying to drive to my website? So the first thing you should prioritize in 2024 is the quality of traffic. Now, the quality of traffic is actually dependent on your business goal. You know, we have several businesses. We have B2B, we have B2C, we have this niche website. For me, I work with a niche website. Now, you don't expect that the keywords I'm targeting for a niche website is the same keywords that somebody that does SEO for B2B would target. It's not possible because we don't have the same audience. We don't share the same audience. For B2B, they're always targeting people that have the intention of buying from them. They target people that have the intention of buying from them. They don't target generic audience. So now the trends that you've been seeing in 2024 is, okay, how much did we earn from this traffic? How many leads were generated? How much sales were made? How many returning visitors did we have? This is where the issue of prioritizing your keyword research, focusing on search intent, this is where it is going to come in. So now, for example, a B2B brand that is seeking to get more leads, the quality of traffic matters in this case because they are not targeting a generic audience. They want people to buy from them. I can remember a couple of months back, I actually was in an interview with a man that was hiring for he wanted to hire an SEO specialist for a B2B brand. So then he asked me, he said, okay, this you've done B2C, like the kind of SEO you are doing has to do with niche websites. So how do you intend to help us? I told him that when it comes to B2B, the audience is different. We are not targeting the same audience. The kind of audience you went on your website are people that are there to buy. They are not people that are just looking for their way. Their audience are people that have the intent to buy. So I told him, was like, that's true, actually. I said, yes. So the kind of keywords I target for niche website won't be the kind of keywords I'll target for your website. Now, for niche websites, we go after high search volume, low KDs. For B2B, you'll be surprised that those zero keywords, you'll be surprised that there is value in those keywords that seems to be as if, okay, they don't have a certain amount of volume attached to them now. But you know, something about search volume is that sometimes search volume appreciates. Let me use the word appreciates. Sometimes it diminishes. That's why sometimes you just see that, okay, I was ranking for this website. It was bringing me this particular traffic for this month. So what happened? Sometimes it's not as if you had a decline in traffic or a derank. It's because the number of people that are searching for that keyword at that particular time have reduced. Same applies to, okay, you writing a keyword that, okay, you are like, oh, this keyword is zero volume keyword, nobody is searching for it. As time goes by, you just be seeing that, okay, you are receiving traffic and you be like, So it's just the same method that is applicable to them. The way we have search traffic, search volume that diminishes is the same way we have search volume that appreciates. But when it comes to B2B, they target keywords that with the intention of buying. They don't, because their main aim is to make sales. They are not interested in having a lot of people visiting their website without making sales. So let's go to our next point, which is keyword intent. Now, prioritizing keyword intent. Knowing what keyword is right for your brand is one of the approach to lead generation. Knowing what keyword, on number one, understanding your business, understanding what goal you want to achieve, understanding and finding who your target audience is, then knowing what keywords to use to target them is one of the best approach to lead generation. We have seen how on SEPs intents are mismatched. Now, the first approach to understanding keyword intent is to carry out research on them with tools like SEMrush, Ahrefs, Systrix, or even ChatGPT. After you have carried out your keyword research, the next thing to do is to categorize them into their various intent. You can actually use ChatGPT to categorize keywords into intent. Now, the next stage is to go on SAPs to understand what Google serves for each term. Yes, this is where the juice is. When you are looking at a keyword, the first thing, when you do a keyword research, the first thing you should do is to go on Google, type that keyword research, type that keyword, look at what the results that Google is rewarding. It does not make sense that Google is rewarding product pages. You go ahead to write informational content when, of course, it is product pages that they are rewarding. Or you don't go on Google and you see that, okay, for this particular keyword, I need a lot of images. Then, for example, now you are in the fashion niche. Definitely, you know that you will need a lot of images when it comes to your keyword. Then you now go there and you are writing no content, no. After you must have carried out your keyword research, like I said, you need to categorize them into their various intents. The next stage is to understand the results Google serves for each of them. What kind of pages are being rewarded? What do their contents look like? Do they have listicles? How do they structure their subheadings? Like, how does yours compare to them? If you've written an article already, how does yours compare to them? How do you intend to beat the competition? Another thing that people do is that they analyze backlinks, because it does not make sense that, okay, a website has a lot of links pointing to them and you are trying to outrank them. Number one, you don't even have quality content that you want to use to outrank them in the first place. So look at your content, look at the content that is ranking on SEPs, look at what they are doing that you've not done, then implement that in your strategy. This also gives you an idea of your content creation process. It tells you what structure or format your content should follow. Is it infographics? Is it informational content? Do I need to include videos? Videos could be TikTok, Pinterest, or YouTube. Now, the next thing is NLP in SEO. Now,
Victoria,
yeah,
So let's take a look at the keywords, right? Keywords intent,
okay.
right? You've made a very profound point right there. But I'm wondering, you said we should check out what keywords we could run for and all of that, and which particular page of our website is actually ranking for a particular keyword. To what for a what keyword? Is there a tools, or you mentioned ChatGPT though? How can we use ChatGPT
Yeah.
to do that? And is there another tool that you use to actually
Okay,
do keyword intent research?
okay, for keyword intent, there are several tools. You can use number one, SEMrush. SEMrush actually categorizes intent. You would see a section that it even allows you to filter for intent. You see informational, commercial, transactional, and navigational intent. You would see that on SEMrush. Ahrefs too. I don't know if it's Ahrefs or Ahrefs. Anyway, so Ahrefs or Ahrefs, yeah,
Yeah,
they allow
Ahrefs.
to filter by. Then on ChatGPT, you just give it the prompt that categorize these keywords by intent, and you'll be surprised at the results that ChatGPT would give to you. You can actually try out ChatGPT for.
So perfect. The ChatGPT tools that you mentioned is actually profound. But now, if you are not using ChatGPT Pro, right, there is a
Yeah.
limit to what you can actually get. So, ChatGPT and Bard, which one do you recommend? Like, highly recommended for keyword research intent. Yeah.
Honestly, to be frank, I've tried it too. I actually prefer ChatGPT.
Mm,
Yes,
interesting.
I've tried it too. I think I tried it a couple of days back. I typed something, and what Bad was giving me, I was like, what's the I don't know how to put it. You know the way people hype these things now. I was like, ah. So it's just
What's the
actually when
What's the hype there, right?
Yes, yeah. I told ChatGPT to, even though I think I
Right.
asked Bad a question, or I gave it, I can't remember actually. So the result it gave to me, I was wondering that, so I had to go back to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT actually gave me the right. I don't know if it is my prompt. Maybe it's a different prompt that I would. Maybe the prompt, the prompt I use for ChatGPT, maybe it's different from the prompts I would use for Bad. I don't know.
Badge.
But
Mm.
what I tried didn't work out. Some people might argue
Still
that.
with ChatGPT free, right? Not
No, 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 not
pro.
Bad, not the
Right.
ChatGPT for.
Right, right. So, guys, I've shared the three tools that Victoria actually mentioned. I've shared on the charts, so you could actually grab that and do your magic with them. So, shoots, Victoria. Thank you.
Okay, now the next thing we'll be looking at is NLP. Now I know this is weird because a lot of people don't know what NLP is. Now I call NLP entities. You are going to be seeing a lot of NLPs next year. Now, NLP is a natural language processor. Yeah, in SEO, it is what signals to Google that you have satisfied your user intent outside of the keywords given. Entity SEO is the feature of where search engine is added with regard to choosing what content to rank and determine its meaning, combined with its knowledge-based trust. And I believe that entity SEO will be the future of how SEO is done in the next couple of years. Now, as we use entities, Google is able to determine the topic of a web page and whether it is relevant to the user without the need to explicitly contain the exact keyword. Google understands this because it can look for other terms related to the same entity and understand the relationship between them. Now, what this means is that outside, let's say you are creating content, outside of your keyword, how do we know that? Okay, let's say, for example, you are talking about social media management. Okay, outside of social media management, if someone, let's say you are not trying to fix your keyword at the necessary place. Outside of social media management, even if a user comes to your page, can they understand what the page is about without you even putting that keyword? Like, can they understand what it is about? Now, this is an example. You are talking about IT support without ever mentioning that phrase. You can mention managed service provider, cyber security assistant, IT consultant. By the time you mention these things on your keyword, yeah, by the time you mention these things on your article, Google understand. Let's say, for example, I'm talking about Fulani braids. If I mention Fulani hairstyles, protective hairstyles, people would know that, okay, this particular keyword has to do with um this particular entities has to do with this particular keyword. Do you grab? Now I used ChatGPT to generate semantics. For example, I asked ChatGPT to generate entities for Fulani braids, and here is what I got. It told me Fulani hairstyles, African braids, braided hairstyles, protective styles, corn roots, beads and braids, traditional African hairstyles, hair braiding, and hair extension. Actually, I don't know if I can share my screen. I would have loved that we do a practical. We type in Fulani braids, then you would see that these things that ChatGPT actually pulled out, you would see it even before accessing the web page. You would see it on people's meta descriptions and the likes.
Sure, you
So
can
it
share
is
your screen if you like, Victoria. You can share. You can
okay.
present. Yes. So, this particular
NLP.
keyword entity, I actually read it yesterday,
Okay.
and can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I'm listening to you. Can you see my screen?
Okay. So, yes, I can see your screen.
Okay.
Can you present? Like, go to where I can see. Okay, okay.
You are seeing it, right?
Yes, it's live.
Okay.
Yes, it's live.
Yeah. You can see Fulani braids here. Can you see braided hairstyles? That's part of what I mentioned. Braids with beads, cornrows. I'm sure you heard when I mentioned cornrows, traditional
Mm.
hairstyle. So yeah, that's just the juice about another example that we can how to maybe you are looking for a way to identify entities is For biography keywords, let's say for example, you are, let's start this. Okay, let's start that. So when you scroll down, this is the knowledge panel. The knowledge panel actually gives you hints to entities. So when you're talking about King Scott Matters, you should mention Warren. You should mention that you should mention Warren, Michigan, United States. You should mention Ellie Jade, Steve Lane, Matters, Parker Scott. You should also mention Eminem. You should also mention Don Scott. You should also mention Kathleen Stock, Casimir Slock, Patrick Scott, and Adam Scott. So yeah, that's just the thing about entity SEO. It actually helps Google understand that okay, this person is actually not trying to do keyword stuffing. They understand what they are talking about.
So I'm wondering, Victoria,
Yeah.
entity SEO, right? I think is a very technical term in SEO, right? Right?
Okay.
Is it actually different from synonyms? What we got as
No, it's not.
synonyms in SEO?
When you say synonyms, I'm thinking you mean semantics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Entities and semantics are the same. It's just the English.
Right, right, right,
Yes.
right.
Yes, they're
Got
the
it.
same.
Can shoot.
Okay. Now, after you've done your entity SEO, let's talk about structured data. If you've not started implementing structured data in your content, in your website, on your website, now is the time to do it. Okay, let's look at what structured data is. Structured data is information that is organized. It is an organized information. That's what
Okay.
structured data is. Now, Google uses structured data that it finds on the web to understand the content of the page, as well as to gather information about the web and the world in general, such as information about people, books, or companies that are included in the markup. Structured data is a markup language too, like HTML. Structured data communicates content in an organized manner so that search engine can display the content in an attractive manner. Adding structured data can enable search results that are not engaging, that it can enable search results more engaging to users and might encourage them to interact more with your website. Now, structured data is what Google used to serve rich results.
Hmm.
Yeah, so let me quickly go to schema before you ask your question. Yeah, this is schema. Now, schema is a language used to present data.
I
Schema,
cannot see any screen. Are you sharing your screen?
yeah, you can't see it. I'm seeing my, can you see it?
Not yet. Maybe we need to bring this down.
Can you see it now?
It's not coming on my panel here at my hand. I cannot see it. Do you click present?
I don't know why my dog is barking. Okay.
Are you sharing your screen or you are showing us a part of
Slide,
your
not my,
slide?
yes, part of my
Okay,
slide.
okay, okay. Okay, yes, we can see your slides definitely. Let's go.
Yeah,
Shoot.
structured data. Yeah, let's go to schema actually. Now,
Okay.
schema is a language that is used to present data. Schema is actually used to present structured data. Now we have three languages of code that you can add to your HTML to tell search engine what exactly is on your page. An example of that is JSON LD. I don't know whether it's JSON LD or JSON dash LD.
It's
Then we have
Jason. It's Jason.
microdata and we have RDFA. Now, how to add schema markup? There are several ways to add schema markup. You can either use the Google Structured Data Markup tool. There's a tool for that, or you use schema.org, or you use the rank math or used plugin. Now, the beauty about rank math or used plugin is that if you don't have the financial capacity to hire somebody that can code, rank math and Yoast, they have this pre-built template such that what you just need to do is to input the necessary information and bam, your schema is already applied to the website. Then after if you okay, if after you've used Yoast, and rank math, you are still not sure. You still want to confirm if a structured data has been implemented. You can actually go on Google. They have a tool that helps to test for structured data. That tool will show you the kind of structured data that is being implemented in that um, article. So if your competitors are doing it, why won't you do it? Why can't you do it? Why don't you want to do it? Do you get? Especially now that, okay.
Shoot, Victoria.
Okay, especially now that rich results, rich snippets, they are served by structured data. That's what Google uses. Google uses structured data to serve rich results. Now, let's look at rich snippets. Rich snippets are also rich results. Now, they are normal Google search results with additional data displayed. I know when you type a particular keyword on Google search, you see those beautiful results that are displayed on the 0 position, and you're like, wow. Some people, they even bother to navigate that. They just find all the information they need there. So they click on the result that shows up there. Now, so this data is usually pulled from structured data found in a page HTML. Now, common rich snippet types include reviews, recipes, and events. Which results are more eye-catching than normal search results? Yes, that's my point. Which can lead to a high organic CTR. They include recipe, review, events, and knowledge panel. Now, for example, this is a recipe. I don't know if you can see this. Let me zoom it. This is a recipe.
Yes, we can see your screen. Very, very, very.
What this means is that this particular website that's showing up for this result, they've implemented the recipe schema in their article. While they were crafting the article, they implemented the recipe schema. Now, if you see this too, this is the knowledge panel that I was showing you guys earlier. This is the knowledge panel. This actually shows that these guys actually implemented schemas to their article. Now, how to optimize for rich snippets is to simply implement structured data. We have several types of them. We have recipe, we have person, we have carousel, we have videos, we have local pack, we have organization schemas. We have a lot of them that you can actually tailor to the kind of articles that you are writing. We have product schema. Yeah, we have product schemas.
Okay. Okay, perfect, Victoria. So, Victoria,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Right. So, for the purpose of people that are just starting out and that are on this show, could you, shed more light into what schema is all about, like in a simple
Okay.
term?
Now, schema, what I would call schema is that schema is a structured information. You know, when you type, like schema in simple terms gives a total summary of what your web page is all about. You know, meta description does not tell Google, but schema, it gives it gives a brief information about, because in schema you would add your title, you would add the keywords you are trying to target, you would add descriptions, you would choose whether it is a blog post or it is an article or it is a news schema you are trying to implement. So in short, schema is used for structured data. It's used to tell Google what your whole web page is all about. I've answered the question. You're still not.
Yes, perfect. I can hear you. Thank you for shedding more light to that. Can shoot.
Okay. Now, okay, I talked about what rich snippets are. Now let's look at featured snippets. Now people get confused with featured snippets and rich snippets. Now the two are kind of alike, but the only difference is that featured snippets always appear at the 0 position of search result page. And featured snippet is an answer to a query. Look at it, that appears above the organic search results in position 0. We don't have 3. This is a mistake. We have 4 major types of featured snippets. We have the paragraph snippets, we have the listicles, we have the table snippets, we have the video snippets. But for this, I showed us a I showed us a listicle kind of snippet. See, here is a list of now. The thing about feature snippet is that if you are not ranking on front page, in fact, you don't really have to do what I would say is that you don't really have to, there is not like rich snippets that okay, you know that okay, if I implement schemas, Google would this is the kind of result I'm expecting. For feature snippets, I don't think you really need to do like we don't have a specific thing that you need to do. The only thing I would say you should do is that just make sure that number one, you're ranking on front page already. That's when your results can even show on featured snippets. Then number two, ensure to use listicles in your articles when writing so that you can show up for the listicles results. Number three, also ensure that you give clear, concise, and straight to the point answer. Don't beat around the bush. Like when you are writing your article, there's, for example, who is the best president of Nigeria? Make sure you answer that question in your article. You can even create a subheading that says who is the best president of Nigeria. Then you write the name of the person. That kind of result, Google can actually pick that up and serve that as a featured snippet. I don't know if you have any question before I proceed.
So the question is, what is now the clear
Advantage.
difference between a rich snippet and feature snippets?
Okay, the difference.
like?
Okay. No, let me allow you speak.
Okay, shoot. Just make the distance between them.
The basic difference between them is that feature snippet appears on the zero position, but for rich results, you can see it anywhere. You can see them anywhere. Like, oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Like the case we did the other time, you saw how the knowledge panel was on the left side of organic search results. But let me share my screen for the sake of emphasis.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I've forgotten that. Can you see my screen?
Yes, you can see your screen.
Okay, now all these things you are saying, they are knowledge. These are these are rich. These are rich results. This result is actually called a knowledge page. Then this, okay, I think I scrolled. Yeah, this is another rich result here. But in the case of what do they call it? Feature
Feature
snippet,
snippets.
only here on position 0. Do you get it? Appears just here. You can't see featured snippets by the
Can
side.
you type something and show us like a
Okay,
sample of it?
yeah, no problem. 10 Christian clothing brands. Now look at this. This is a featured snippet.
Mm.
You can see they even wrote it about featured snippet. It is on position 0. If you scroll down, you will see that you don't have anything hanging by the side or hanging somewhere. It's just here. So that's the thing about feature snippet. It is always at the 0 position. Let's type another one. St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick Day. You can see this is another one here. So this is another one here. They're always on the 0 position of Google search results, but feature
Right.
snippet. Eh?
So I think you've done justice to that. And if you are just joining us, welcome to the DMI show. This is a show for marketers, small business owners, as well as professionals who want to know what is working and what is not working regarding digital marketing. And here live with us is Victoria Alabi, shedding more light into key metrics, KPIs, and benchmark that actually matter, that will matter to us come 2024 regarding our SEO activities, our SEO efforts. So welcome. And if you are just joining us, let me know where you're joining us from. Just put it in the comments so that I can give you a shout out, your name and your where you are joining us from. So thank you. So my question, Victoria, why schema could help rich snippets, right?
Yes.
What can we? I mean, what is that thing that could actually help for feature snippets?
Now, yeah, include listicles in your article. Like,
Listicles.
for example, yes, include listicles. Listicles
Mm.
is itemizing. For example, now, I think when it comes to listicles, you find this more in fashion brands,
Mm.
um, all this social media management. I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to put um, I don't know the English to use anyway. I don't know what to define that or what to call that. But actually, you
Mhm.
find them more in all these 10 best, 100 best, who is
Mm.
or what's the importance of, what's the benefit of, you find them. So ensure to use listicles. Then ensure to use subheadings and ensure that your keyword and your subheadings, ensure to answer questions. Like I said, be clear, concise, and simple. Don't start, who is the best president of Nigeria? Don't start saying in 1995, we have, go straight to the point. The best
Right.
yeah, so
Right.
and so.
Right.
You can
So being
actually,
concise and being direct to the question, right, is actually
yes,
will help to get your article feature to get your article there on the feature snippet, which is position zero of the search. While schema could actually help for rich snippets, right?
yes.
Thank you very much for breaking that down. Very, very simple. So you can shoot.
Okay. Yeah, so the next thing I'll be sharing is user experience. Now, I like user experience because I have a foundational knowledge of user. I have a foundational knowledge of UX, like user experience. I'm a UX designer. So now,
Mm.
UX user experience defines the quality of experience an individual has with a product or service. For example, I navigated through a web page recently, and for every web page, it is expected that on the header you will see blog. Like you see the blog section of the web page on the header. When you visit any website, you know that okay, when I visit
Mhm.
this website, their blog section is always on the header. Amazingly, the blog section was not on the header. Now, as a user, I'm already frustrated because I'm trying to like I'm already agitated because I'm like, okay, does this website actually have a blog? Do they not have a blog? And you don't one mistake that you don't want to make is to keep your user guessing or
Mm.
making them agitated and confused. So I'm like, doesn't have a blog. So I had to scroll down to the filter. That was where I saw the blog section, and I'm like, oh no, this is not a good UX. Like this is not a good UX. This blog section should be on the header, so that anybody that approaches the website will be able to navigate their way from the blog session. So now let's go to why we are here. User experience defines the quality of experience an individual has with a product or service. Now, what UX designer does is that they try to understand the psychology and behavior of a user. Okay, when this person interacts with this web page, what are the challenges they are going to face? What UX designers does is that they try to address those challenges so that you leave the user a happy user and they are always happy to come back to your page. Now, how does this relate to SEO? Both SEO and US have the goal of creating accessible, user-friendly websites that give people what they are looking for. When assessing a website's credibility, search engine algorithms don't only consider technical factors. They also look at how users interact with the website in order to get a read on the kind of user experience it provides. If the algorithm
Yes.
notices that after landing on a particular website, users tend to leave within a few seconds, that website will quickly lose favor. I will sip it down, and they will sip it down the rankings to make sure to make space for competitors who appear to be providing a better experience. Now, I'm very sure that one time or the other, you've navigated your way around Google and you clicked on the website. The website is taking a lot of time to load. You just get, it might not even be that the website has a slow page speed. It might be that your network is the one that has issues. But you
Hmm.
get agitated, you are angry, and you leave the website. That's where that kind of website now they would have a record of high bounce rates because the user did not even as it could not access the website. So when it comes to user experience, you must optimize your page speed. It is very, very crucial. Users won't forgive you. They don't have the time to be saying, and they don't know you. So let's say the person knows you now. That's when the person's like, and I know the owner of this blog. Oh, let me share stay. Let me wait for this thing to load. They don't know you. They don't know you. So if you frustrate them, they get out. Especially if you are not even a brand, you are not even a well-known brand. Let's say, for example, I'm trying to access Legit or I'm trying to access Amazon. I might still wait a little bit that I used to visit this website frequently now. They don't
Mhm.
have issues with speed, so probably it's my network. But you, they don't know you. The bounce rate will just go up. So number one, page responsiveness. Number two, like I said the other time, UI design. UI design is what the user is going to interact. UI design is basically the features that are showing on your website. Like I stated earlier, that I accessed the website that the blog session was not on the header, it was at the footer. What if I'm a user that I just need, like, I just came to the website to do something quickly, but I could not access the blog session? I would bounce back, I'll bounce out of the website. Then another thing is navigation. This is where site architecture comes into place. Internal link is very important when it comes to navigation. Internal link, you know that when people visit your own page, they must see your categories, they must see your categories. If you offer services, they must see your service page, they must see what you offer. Then is it, when people come to your website, is it easy for them to navigate? Now, another problem that I've observed is that some people, the way they design their websites, when you get to the website, you are overwhelmed because there are so many features. You are
Mm.
trying, there are so many features. So you're like, what should I? A lot of things are beckoning on you. This one is saying click on me. This one is saying click on me. So you're like, the user will just be frustrated. And another thing about US is that you don't want the user to be frustrated because when they are frustrated, that experience sticks to their brain and they will not come back to your site. So ensure that your internal structure is BAM. This is Nigeria, so I can use the word BAM. Ensure, ensure that experience is BAM. What I mean by BAM is that everything on your website is interlinked. Google gave this, I think they gave this rule one time that every web page should not be 2 to 3 pages away from the home page.
Mm.
Now, that's why it is very important for you to address offhand content. You write an article, the article is offhand, it is not linking to anywhere. This is why you need to address offhand content issues on your website. Because okay, we know you have a sitemap, but then when Google crawls your website, they are not able to because it is not properly interlinked. It takes the bots a lot of effort to be able to pull out, and it tells you that it's a lot of money they invest in crawling and indexing. It's not as if it's something cheap. It does not come cheap. They invest a lot of money in crawling and indexing. So if your website is not properly interlinked, there is always an issue with navigation. Now I said page speed. Another thing is page responsiveness. You don't want your, and I don't know if you've come across websites that on web they do well, but when it comes to mobile, you'll be looking for some features. Some features have, except you use the desktop, the desktop feature on Chrome that allows you to see the other features. The other features disappears. Then you'll be wondering, what's going on? So ensure that when it comes to this page responsiveness, ensure that the team that you are using on your website is also responsive for mobile, such that the same feature that shows up for your mobile is the same features that shows up on the desktop. Not that not everybody, in fact, as a matter of fact, the way we are as in the direction we are tending, mobile devices is going to be a top device that people use for searching results on Google search. So if your website is not optimized for page responsiveness, you need to ensure that your team is responsive. That is it.
Mm.
Then writing clear and concise copies. Yes, I have issues with this. I have
So,
issues with content.
Victoria, okay. Finish the last point, and let me
I have
then share
issues
questions.
with content writers when it comes to writing clear and concise topics. Now, the way when it comes to content, I do it in such a way, and my place is in such a way that I give them their headings because I don't want issue. I don't want issue with I'm writing the content is because I ensure that I give you the keyword research, I give you a content brief, I give you your subheadings that you should include in your article so that by the time you are done with the article, the kind of copy you write, it is going to be very, very interesting. So now, writing clear and concise copies, no pass like this. Number one, give direct answer. Don't beat around the bush. Except if okay, you are writing an article that needs that needs you to emphasize, that needs you to explain. Then you can start explaining. Use headings, use the necessary headings, use the necessary listicles, so that when a user comes to your article, most of the times people don't really read, they just skim through the article. But let's say you don't put some me, I'm going to talk about myself. If I come to your website and the articles are clustered together, I have issues with clustered articles. Use paragraphs. Your paragraph should not be more than maybe 3 to 2 lines. If your paragraph is more than 3 to 2 lines, when I was in school, I hated reading bulky materials. If you give me bulky materials, you are trying to complicate my life. So when they give me bulky materials, I'll just flip to like I'll flip through the materials to pick out the needful and drop. When
Mm.
I get to class, my coach will be like, if that book is bulky, me, I'll just like, you are the one that know what you are looking for. Me, I've picked what I think I need. So yeah, when you're
That's very profound. Mm.
your paragraphs, ensure yes, you can, there's a scenario where there are scenarios where okay, you want to explain, you can always use paragraphs to partition this thing, just to give it structure. Use the necessary headings, your h2, h3, h4. Use listicles where necessary. Use images. Yes, images captures people are always moved by images. Use images when crafting your articles. Looks like you had the question the other time.
Okay, yeah, sure. So I just want to share more light to your points and ask my questions. So, and don't forget, when you are just joining us, let me know where you are joining us from so that I can give you a shout out, your name and your location. And we're going to be rounding up very soon. If you have any question, do well to get your question down. You can put it in the chats. I will get them up. So regarding the tutorial, let me go straight to my question. So regarding the UI, right?
Yeah.
You are explaining like we should be factoring user experience, right? It's very important. Search is now it's no more a search engine optimization. It's like search experience optimization, right? You have to everything you have to do, you must factor in the user experience into it. Now, so Victoria, beside the manual way of when a website designer are designing website, right? The
Yeah.
manual way that me I know is that they look to check the compatibility of their websites is that they looked at it maybe on a different browser on which they are designing to see how it is on the desktop. All right. And they also pick their phone to check it. Oh, I think there is a way if you are using WordPress to check the mobile version of it, the desktop
Yes.
version. All right.
Yes.
So beside that, is there any tool that you've used in the past or you could recommend to our audience that such a way that when if they put the website on the tool, it could give them the performance of their website on desktop and on a mobile view. Yeah.
Yeah,
If there's anything, you can share
you
with
can
us.
you can use page speed insights and GT metrics. Now, page speed insights would show you if your website is responsive both on mobile and on desktop, as well as GT. In fact, GT metrics has a grading system. It will tell you D, you have failed, or F,
Mm,
failed woefully. But the amazing thing about this too is that they give you insights as to what to do regarding, they give you insight as to what to do regarding improving your page speed, regarding improving the whole user experience. They give you insights. Those are the two tools that I know. But I think as I was surfing through the internet yesterday, I saw another tool, but I can't remember the name actually.
Okay.
Then another way again that I know, but this one is related to UX. They do usability studies. We do user research. Now, in this scenario, what they do is that before the website goes live, they bring different kind of users to interact with websites. So as those guys are interacting with the websites, those guys will just tell you that I've actually participated in testing the usability of a website before. When we were testing it, we saw that some of the buttons were not functioning. We saw that, okay, is this supposed to be here? Is this not supposed to be here? That's another way that I know user research, user usability studies.
Right. You can shoot. Thank you for sharing that with us. So, guys, you can see it in the comments. Page speeds and GT metrics. Use it for your UI testing and speed testing. Yeah. Can shoot.
Okay, so yeah, so okay. Now this is the last, I think it's last slide. Okay, no, not the last slide. Generative AI and SEO. A lot of SEOs have been like, is SEO dead? I'll be sure that SEO is not dead. Now, SEO won't be dead. SEO is evolving. You can, when you, like a lot of people that were doing SEO, like that what would I call the goats in SEO, they will tell you how search has evolved. They'll tell you how search has evolved, how search has moved from the traditional ways of keyword. Before, you can do keyword stuffing. Before, there was a time when meta description really matters. Yeah, there was a time when meta description matters. There was a time when stuffing mattered. But before you know, they moved past that. Now, instead of saying SEO will be dead, you can say our ways of optimizing for search engine will evolve. Now is the time to leverage on AI tools like ChatGPT, create content with EE80 in mind, write clear, simple, and concise copy, adopt the use of semantics, which was what I said the other time. Now, let's talk about EE80. EE80 has to do with experience, expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. Now, I was watching a YouTube video of Nathan Gotch. He said that he wrote an article on top 10 restaurants, maybe in the UK. Now, what he did is that he went to each of those restaurants, bought food from them. Then, from his experience, he wrote the article. Amazingly, his article outsmarted all the other articles that were on search results. Now, you would notice that after the Google updates, a lot of user-generated websites began showing up. You would see that LinkedIn, Pinterest, Quora, Reddit were showing up on search results. So this tells you that, okay, it tells you that, okay, when it comes to experience, they know that, okay, on this user-generated website, people with different experience would actually share their mind about a specific topic. When you share your mind, I share my mind, everybody share their mind. Yeah, there's a kind of expertise that everybody brings, even though at the end of the day, sometimes when you look at some of these results, you'll be wondering that, Google. How can you rank the results now? How? Yeah,
Right.
how can you rank this kind of result
People
now?
were
But
actually complaining a lot. Yeah. Shoot.
yes,
Yeah.
what I have even done a lot of, for example, there was a keyword in my place of work that we are ranking at between position 3 to 5. After the update, we went to position 9. In fact, as a matter of fact, I was doing an audit today using Google Analytics. I saw that, okay, as of last month, that particular keyword gave us 2,000 search volume. As of this month, the keyword gave us 239. Just look at the difference.
Imagine.
When and now search engine, I'm like, okay, let's even see what's actually happened. Because I particularly sat on that keyword. I wanted this to be on the first position. So when I went, I saw that a lot of news article. This particular keyword is a biography kind of keyword. A lot of news. I don't know how news will be ranking would outrank a biography I don't know how news, I don't know how to put it. I don't know how news would outrank a website that wrote in detail about a specific keyword. For example, news is just like maybe 300 words. But the first three websites that I saw on search engine, they were news. So what I did
Mm.
was that, okay, I went back to the article, look at the news that was actually ranking. Because when you look at the three websites that are ranking, they wrote similar news. So I took the news, I implemented it in the article. By the time I went back on Google search, the keyword that was on position 9 went back to position 3. So it shows you
Wow.
that, yeah, another thing that
Wow.
this tells you is that Google wants your content updated regularly. Wants
Amazing.
your content updated regularly because people evolve. The person that you wrote about yesterday might be dead tomorrow. The person you wrote about yesterday
Mm.
might have increased. The person you wrote about yesterday, the person might have given birth to a lot of kids. Maybe their kids have gotten married. So you need to just go back to you need to just go back to update your your content.
Your content. Amazing.
Yes.
That's a great tips right there, guys. That's a great tips right there.
Yes.
I'll try out that tricks, that tips.
Yeah.
I'll try it out on some of my contenters and I'll give you feedback about the results.
Yes. Another thing that you can do again is I noticed that actually I have this guy that has been in SEO for a very long time. So
Mm,
he wrote an article one time. He said that when you are writing an article, look at what your competitor have done.
mm,
If your competitor put 5 images in the article, there's no, what I mean by competitor is okay, you are writing an article. There are people that are ranking for the article. Go on front page, look at what they are doing. So the guy told me that okay, if your what do they call it? If your competitor adds 5 images, go ahead and add 6 or 7 images. Outrank like outdo your competitor. There's no way they outdo yeah, one
yeah,
house. Like
competitor.
I do that
Wow.
actually for that I just mentioned. I did that keywords because I was just so particular. Like I just wanted to see the end point of everything. So for every new information I see, I implement it on the article. I'm not a
Mm,
content. I don't write it before that I used to write content. But as an SEO specialist, it's me that my boss will ask that why are we not ranking? What's happening? So
mm,
sometimes I write content, but that's one thing that I did. I ensured that I implemented that same news into the article. As a matter of fact, we can take a look at that. No, no, don't let us take a look because some people will go and they will become some people's competitor all of a sudden.
you can share with us, of course. You can share with our audience, right? So that we can all learn together.
Let me show you the article.
Yeah, sure. You can share us.
Okay.
So thank you very much for joining us. Let me know where you're joining us from, guys, so that I can give you a shout out. This is DMI show, and it's actually a weekly show for professionals, marketers, small business owner who want to know what is working and what is not working regarding digital marketing. So let us know where you're joining us from, and if you have any question, so you can ask your question on the comment chat. Either you are watching us from LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube. So you can put your question on the comments. Then I'll bring the question up for Victoria to answer. Thank you for joining us, guys.
Okay. This is the keyword King's Marketers. You can see my company here.
Mhm.
Needs to know about M&M's wife. Now, this is it. The US one is still actually ranking. Then this is it. Before we moved from position, I think we used to be year or year. Then there is one funny thing, thethings.com. I actually paid attention to this keyword. So I know the website. This thethings.com was actually above us. Now you see where thethings.com is far away
Mm.
from Battabox. So what I did, let me show you what I did. Now look at Eminem's. Let's open this article actually so that you would understand why I said I don't understand why. Actually, you can always talk. The sun has. a massive authority. So you don't expect a website that um see, I don't know, it's still opening. I don't know.
It
It's
might be
still
network.
loading. I want to show you the content.
Okay, sure.
It's just a news. This is not biography. Look at it. Eminem's ex-wife, Kim Matters, look unrecognizable as she's seen for the first time in years with shocking new look. That's what it's about. Now, what we did, we wrote about a biography. Do you get? We wrote
Mm.
a detailed information about her. Look at what they did. If you look at this article, there is no news. Are you seeing it? There is no news. It's very short because it is actually a news content. Now let's go back to Battabox.com. We were actually at position 14, like I said. We moved back to
Mm.
position 4, 3. Now, if you open this, I want to show you what I did. Now, see, I don't, I have, I want to talk about,
So
I'm going to talk about,
don't worry, Jacob. Don't worry,
what's
Jacob.
Jacob
The
saying?
replay is going to be available on YouTube and also on our LinkedIn page. So don't worry. And if you can join us, it's better to be on the live till the end. We're going to finish very soon. If you have any question, this is the right platform. This is the only platform you can access Victoria for free, right? After this platform, you have to pay to access Victoria, right? So yeah, so you can ask your question here. So you can shoot Victoria.
Okay, see, this is the keyword I added. This is subheading. Eminem ex-wife Kim is spotted for the first time after 4 years. This is the news I wrote. But when you look at our article, it is more of long form, longer than what you saw the other
Mm-hmm.
time. You can see how actually for this particular keyword, we are actually ranking for over 80 keywords from this particular content. So the the keyword is actually crazy. So yes, that's simply what I did. I implemented the news and yeah, we came back
Amazing.
hopefully with time. We grab our knowledge panel because we used to rank for this knowledge panel.
Mm,
Search
interesting.
volume is 110,000 for that period. Yeah, let me stop sharing my screen. Yeah, okay. Should I continue or you have questions?
Yeah, you've answered the question. You can shoot.
Okay. Another thing you should pay attention to. I don't know if you guys have seen this on Google Search Console. I don't know. I used to feel that maybe majority of people don't pay attention to that image results. I don't want to use my company's website to show people image results, but I could actually, for my company website, we actually do well when it comes to image results because we actually optimize our images. So I think we have
Mm.
there was the website is actually it's barely a year, so I think there was a day that for just images we had over 3,000 views a day from just image search, not the content itself. Like people looking for results via images, we had over 3,000 clicks. So image optimization is very necessary. Video optimization is very necessary. On Google Search Console, there is actually a feature that shows you the clicks you've gotten from images, from video optimization. Then voice search optimization is, like I said, giving straight answer. When you are telling Siri, hey Siri, tell me what Siri will not be reading one long text. Siri likes to give straight answers. So yeah, that's another thing. So let's quickly go. I don't know. Do you have a question? Let's just quickly look at the KPIs.
Yeah, shoot.
Okay, now, when it comes to KPIs, it's quite dependent on your business. For my website, it is a niche website. So our basic KPI is that we are targeting traffic
Mm.
because we are targeting traffic. Now, for B2B, their KPI would definitely be around sales, leads, sign up, who bought products, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
now KPIs, are we getting more traffic? Is the traffic generating more lead? Is the cost per lead coming down versus other channels? Are we seeing more branded searches? Yes, there's something I wanted to talk about branding, but are we seeing more branded searches due to raised awareness? Now, Do we have increase in organic traffic? Do our organic impression, how is it like? The organic click-through rate, what is it like? Is there an increase
Mm,
in non-branded search traffic? These are KPIs that okay, people actually pay attention. At the end of the whole main aim of all the businesses is to make profit. So at the end of the month, they tell you SEO specialists, come and give us an overview. Give these SEO people that are investing money on, come and give us, come and give us an overview, come and give us a detailed report of the conversion you've gotten. Like your user experience, I mean, your, what's they call this thing? Engagement is also a KPI. How many returning users do we have? The user stickiness, how long, how many years, how many returning users do we have? How many minutes? On my personal website, I have an article that has an engagement rate of 8 minutes. Now, this is
mm,
a relationship article. So people are more concerned. You know, when it comes to relationship, people want to read. But on that similar website, I also have articles that are fashion. That one is like 45 seconds because they are listicles. People just come, okay, this is the style I want to make. They are out of the website. But you see articles that has to do with relationship, health, people pay attention to them. So your engagement, and what engagement does is that it gives you a clue to what to adjust. Okay, why is it that we are not having, why is it that people are not engaging? Is it that we did not write, is it that our content is not meeting their needs? Is it that we are not satisfying users intent? This is where these questions pop up from. Now when it comes to SEO benchmark, there are
mm.
several SEO benchmarks that people need to consider, including traffic, engagement, backlinks, and keyword rankings. But this is what I would say: you have to set a goal for yourself. Okay, how many keywords are we targeting this month? What's the intent? Are you targeting that they rank on position 1 to 5, position 1 to 20? Okay, this how many of our keywords are actually ranking? What's this organic search traffic that we have? What's the engagement rate? Tracking these metrics allows you to be able to measure all the efforts that you have actually invested in all your SEO strategies, whatever. So with this few points of mine, I hope, I surely do hope,
Woo!
able
Woo!
to, that's the end of the slide. So
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Guys, when I say powerhouse, when I say the mama herself,
I think
so I mean,
I
this is a very insightful, as Bennett has rightly said, right? Very, amazing packed session like you've done. I mean, come 2024, these are things you should look at. These are metrics, these are benchmarks, that you should actually pay attention to. So, if you have any question, don't forget to um, ask your question in the comments. Don't forget to ask your question in the comments so that, I mean, leave your question in the comments so that I can ask Victoria. As I said, this is the only free platform you can access Victoria. Another thing against this session, right? You have to pay. So, Victoria, thank you very much for shedding more light to that. So, I'll just ask one or two questions, and if you have any question from the comment section, then I will ask you too. So, my first question will be that now you've shared what are the key performing indicators, and what are the benchmarks moving forward, right? So could you share more light into challenges and opportunities that businesses should anticipate as we are heading towards 2024 as regard their
okay.
SEO efforts? Yeah, what are the likely challenges and opportunities?
Okay, now the likely challenge is when it comes to generative AI. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I said
Mm,
that this is a time where people would have to invest in branding.
mm,
This is a time where people would have to invest in branding because, for example, let's say I want to ask a question on search engine optimization. If I see search engine journal or search engine land, I promise you, I don't care if you're on position one. Even now that there is no search and there is no generative I don't care if you're position one. Look through the
Ah,
results. It's search ranking, it's search engine journal ranking, it's search engine land ranking. Okay, once I see these websites, I don't bother. I'm not maybe after navigating through those websites and I'm not able to get the information I want, I can now go back to the other websites that are ranking up for, first position. Now this is where the issue is. Now let's say for search generative experience, you
mhm.
asked for a it now brings a couple of brands. If you are familiar with a particular brand, I bet it with you. That brand that you're familiar with, that's the like the queries, the answers to the queries it brings. It is that brand's URL you would click on. You will not want to click on any other URL. You would click. So
You're
this
right.
is a time where create social media pages, talk about what you do everywhere, talk about what you do on LinkedIn. Funny enough, people don't even leverage Pinterest. I don't know why people don't leverage Pinterest. But anyway, Pinterest is kind of, it depends on the kind of niche that you are into. But recently, I saw a biography article ranking on Pinterest. I don't know. I don't understand why that's happened. Anyway, it has to
Mm.
do with the content updates. But I saw a couple of biographies article. Pinterest, like Google favored, awarded those um articles on search engine result page. So when it comes to what you should do, navigating the challenge, invest in branding now. Leverage AI tools. Don't be part of people that will say, because I've seen a lot of comments on LinkedIn. People are complaining that people are pushing out. I know there is a big issue when people are pushing out only AI generated tools. They are not like editing it. There is an issue. But you cannot pursue AI. It is yet to what you are going to
Yeah.
advancement in years. You are going to be seeing advancement. It's going to get better. So you should leverage on AI. Another thing I failed to mention is software SEO. I love software SEO when you use it in crafting content. I love software SEO in the sense that these entities we just talk about, if you use software
Mm.
SEO to optimize your content, it gives you the entities that you should implement in that content. I actually used software SEO to optimize a content. That content ranked on position one for I can't anyway, the update kicked it out of position one.
Because he used SEO, because he used AI.
No, not like I use AI. We've written the article, we've actually published it. So we were just trying to like update the article. We now said, okay, let us even use what software does is that it scans through the article, it shows you the necessary keywords that you didn't put, the entities that you didn't put. So you can now take those entities, go and edit. You are not like it's not as but they actually have a paid tool now that actually helps in creating content. But then what we did is that it gave us the entities. We created content around that and implemented it in the article. Then the article flew. So
Is
branding
software
is
SEO, software SEO, is he a generative AI
it's not a generative AI, but they have a content AI that helps with content.
content? All right. So, guys, I've shared the link on the comments. If you there's need for you to actually, leverage software SEO, you should do that, right? So that is it. You can shoot challenges and opportunities. That is where you talk about branding.
Yes, branding. You just have to brand. Now, there's a back and forth when it comes to building links. Some people in our
Mm.
industry don't believe in link building. Some people don't. If you tell them
Mm.
in links, tell you that they've ranked. Actually, my at my company, we don't actually build links, and we have a couple of keywords on front page. Like we've not actually. So yeah, you hear people, but me, I believe in link building. I strongly believe in link building because most of the content issue you are having, your inability to rank is because you did not build link. It's not because the content is not good. Sometimes
Mm.
most
Mm.
of the ranking problem sometimes is not because of a technical issue. It's sometimes 50% link issue. 50% link issue. Now, another thing that I would advise brands to do is that they should create linkable assets. Like you create content that people can give natural links to, content that attracts links naturally. As an SEO specialist, you have to go out of the box. You have to think. You would have to think when it comes to. So that's just the challenges that I can actually pinpoint now, and the ways of
Okay,
navigating them.
right. So at the first quarter of this year, we experienced a lot of updates. You know that, right?
Ah,
So we are we are still, I believe that businesses are still open for more coming 2024, right?
yeah.
So how can businesses actually proactively, how can they prepare, you know, to ensure that they are not negatively impacted, with all these Google algorithm updates? Is there
Okay.
any
The first thing
tips
I,
on share with our
first
audience?
thing I would establish is EEAT. I've always said this. EEAT is simply showing a level of authority when you are writing an article. When you are writing an article, look at the article. Has it satisfied? If a user, funny enough, out of the 1 billion people that exist in this world, in the world, you are just a fragment of the equation. Like you are
Mm,
a fragment. You're a fragment. So when you're writing an article and you're proud of yourself, you're like, I've satisfied the user. It will amaze you that the content has not. So get to a point where you look at the article and you ensure that there is no question that they would ask that your content has not satisfied. When you get to that point, you have exhibited a level of authoritativeness and expertise. Then another thing that I would say they should invest in is that leverage on AI. It has come to stay. You can't pursue it. SEOs should leverage on AI. It has come to stay. You can't pursue it. Adopt the use of structured data. Adopt the use of
mm,
schema. Invest. Yoruba will say lakotan. Invest in link building. It's very, very important because you see that most, I don't know, I saw something somewhere where for an article they wrote on best SEO consultant. Forbes
mm,
is ranking. Please, what does Forbes know about consultant? SEMrush and Search Engine Journal, they were actually on the same search result page, but Forbes was ranking higher. Another one again was Netflix, maybe 10 best Netflix series.
mm.
Forbes was ranking above Netflix on search engine result page. So what do you attribute to this thing? Sometimes Google will say they don't really prioritize link. It is a lie. It's a big fat lie. Majority of the issues that I think you have, if you build link, you just see that your traffic is climbing up the ladder of success. That's what I call it. It's climbing up the ladder of success.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So thank you very much, Victoria. I believe if you take this video, only this video, and you watch it from A to Z, your 2022 is done. You could rank on the first page and 2024 with all the strategy that Victoria has shared, on this show. So if you have any question, please drop them on the comments. And if you are just joining us, this is DMI show, a show for marketers and small business owners who want to know what is working and what is not working in digital marketing. And if this is the first time you are watching us, do well to follow our page on LinkedIn, on YouTube, as well as on Facebook. We are also very active on Twitter. So if by any chance you are joining late, you can go back to our YouTube, DMI Digital Marketing Agency, to watch the replay. So thank you very much, Victoria. I'm still waiting for a question if there is any. If there is no question, I will assume that you've done justice to the topic. So thank you very much, Victoria. So could you tell our audience where they can follow your work, where they can learn more about SEO? To wrap it up.
Okay, yeah, you can actually follow me on LinkedIn. Yeah, majority of my time it's on LinkedIn. Like I'm more active on LinkedIn than on any other social media space. So yeah, you can actually follow me on LinkedIn.
Perfect. So you can follow Victoria on LinkedIn. He's very, very, very active. You can learn a lot. Just go to our profile, follow, and tap that notification bell to receive our posts. She shares a lot of tips regarding SEO, right? So thank you
Honestly,
very much for joining us, everyone. And this is where we'll be drawing a curtain to this show. So until next Saturday. So Victoria, thank you very much for coming on the show. You didn't take your
thank
time
you for
lightly.
having me.
And yeah, and have a great day, everyone. Thank you. Bye for now. Thank you.